Hello kitchen table wizards, welcome back to the Casual MTG Decks, where we explore the fun side of 60 card play. I'm your host Nora, and today we're getting a little cheeky with a deck dedicated to one of the cutest tribes around, mice. That's right, we're leaving behind the big creatures and diving into the cuteness and crafty powers of our trusty mouse friends. Let's kick things off with our adorable little warriors. Leading the pack is Mabel, Heir of Crackflame. This mouse is not just cute, she's ready to light things up on the battlefield, bringing along her legendary sword. And did you know in her spare time she's a baker and mother of 3 little mice? Now that's what I call girl power. Now let's hear from Bram about how these creatures work together in our deck.
Thanks Nora, we start with this beautiful art from Mabel, Heir to Crackflame. It's a 3/3 for 3 mana that gives other mice +1/+1, and when it enters it creates a legendary colorless equipment. It's a sword that gives +1/+1 vigilance, trample and haste. Now let's start with our 1 mana mice. Bravekin Duo is the first one, a 1/1 that you can tap to give target creature +1/+1. And you'll notice that targeting creatures is very important in this deck. We also play a copy of the cheeky house mouse, and you can squeak it by, then you play it as a sorcery. This gives a creature you control +1/+1, and it can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. We also play this cute copy of Flowerfoot Swordmaster, 2 of them in this deck. When you target it for the first time each turn, mice you control get +1/+0, and you can offspring it for 2 mana, creating an additional copy of it. The star of the deck is probably Heartfire Heroes, 3 copies in our deck, and when you target it for the first time with a spell or ability, you can put a +1/+1 counter on it, and when it dies it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent.
Between you and me, I think Mabel is a real star.
Okay Nora, I'll give you that one. Next up in our 2-drop slot, the Armory Mice. It's a 3/1, so an aggressive creature, and when 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield, it will be a 3/3, works great with the offspring mechanic. Another mouse that likes to be targeted is this Hasty Challenger. It has prowess, and when it becomes the target of a spell or ability for the first time, you can exile the top card of your library and you may play this one. And 2 copies of the Manifold Mouse also are in our deck because it targets other mice, and of course you can offspring it. By paying 2 mana you create a copy of this mouse to give the choice of double strike and trample.
Just a bunch of cute mice showing the big guys who's boss.
Indeed Nora, Whisker Quill Scribe is also one of these cute little mice. This one, when you target it for the first time, can have you discard a card and then you can draw one. And the Nettle Guard takes care of artifacts or enchantments, and when you target it, it gets stronger on toughness. Next one is the Raging Battle Mouse. For 1 mana you get a 2/1 that makes your second spell cheaper each turn, and you can also give a creature +1/+1 if you have 2 non-land permanents enter in the turn. In the 3 mana slot we play 2 copies of Seedglaive Mentor. It's a 3/2 with vigilance and haste, and when it gets targeted it gets a +1/+1 counter. Next up, the Thistle Down Players. Whenever it attacks you untap target non-land permanent, and the Mousetrapper is a flashy 3/2, and whenever this little buddy becomes a target of a spell or ability for the first time, you can tap target creature an opponent controls. For 4 mana we play 2 copies of this Whisker Veil Forerunner. It's a 3/4 also with Valiant. That means when it is targeted for the first time each turn, it does something special, and in this case we may reveal the top 5 cards of our library. And then if we can reveal a creature card with mana value 3 or less among them, and if it's our turn, we put it directly onto the battlefield. If it's not our turn, we put it in our hand. Another 4-drop is this veteran Mickey Mouse. It also has Valiant, and when this triggers, it gets +1/+0 first strike, and we can scry 1.
I'm already waiting for the Mickey Mouse secret lair.
I'm sure it will come, Nora. The last card of our creature suite is this Bramble Guard Captain. This mouse targets another creature you control at the beginning of combat and gives it +X/+0, where X is its power.
Next up, we have some key artifacts aiding our little warriors. They may be small, but they have come equipped with some stylish gear to help them in battle. Bram, what do we have on the artifact front?
We'll start with an equipment called Lightning Greaves. It costs 2 mana and you can equip it for 0 to give a creature haste and shroud, meaning it can't be the target of spells or abilities. The important thing is, of course, that you can equip it for 0, and equipping is attaching this permanent to target creature you control. Activate this ability only as a sorcery, so we can target all our mouses that have Valiant with it and swap it around because it costs 0. Next up, another equipment that equips for 2. The Basilisk Collar gives a creature Death Touch and Lifelink. And the last artifact we play is this Patchwork Banner. We can tap it for 1 mana of any color and it gives our mice +1/+1.
Now let's sprinkle in some enchantments to provide even more support for our cheeky little comrades. Bram, tell us how these enchantments can work their magic.
As the flavor is super important in our decks, let's start with 3 Blind Mice. This saga creates a 1/1 white mouse creature token on the first turn. On the second turn, it copies a token. It also does the same thing on the third turn, and on the fourth turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 and vigilance until end of turn. Another great saga for our mouse deck is this Showdown of the Skulls. We exile the top 4 cards of our library and we can play them until our next turn. And on turn 2 and 3 it's great for targeting our mice and triggering Valiant, because whenever we cast a spell we put a +1/+1 counter on target creature we control.
Now onto some clever instants. These quick spells can change the course of the game in just a heartbeat.
We start with 1 sorcery, it's called Blinding Flare, and the cool part is that you can target any creature. And those creatures, they can't block. Even our attacking creatures also great with Valiant. The first instant for 1 mana is Coordinated Assault. Just give 2 target creatures each +1/+0 and first strike. Next up is this Divine Resilience. For 1 mana you can give a target creature indestructible, but for 3 mana more you can give any number of target creatures indestructible. Might of the Meek gives a creature trample +1/+0 and you also draw a card. A great finisher for our deck.
Who knew mice could be this fierce?
And let's wing it with this Wing It +2/+2 until end of turn for your creature. A flying counter on it and scrying 1 is a great value instant. And with Sazakap's Brew we can get rid of a card we don't want, draw 2 cards instead, and if a gift was promised we also give target creature +2/+0. On flavor is this Rabbit Gnaw. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Boros Charm is also a must include in this deck. We can target a creature giving it double strike, or give all our permanents indestructible, or even deal 4 damage to a player or planeswalker. We also included a copy of Mabel's Metal. Target creature gets +2/+2 and another one gets +1/+1. And the last instant we play is Legion Leadership. In this case we will double target creature's power and it gets first strike, and we can also play it as a land when we get it in our opening hand.
Finally, let's not forget about our lands that keep our little critters supported. Bram, share with us how our land choices contribute to the deck's success.
As the average mana cost is just 2.2 in our deck, we keep it simple with a lot of basics, 7 mountains and 7 plains. We also include 4 copies of Clifftop Retreat, as it usually comes into play untapped. Lupinflower Village is on team with mice. Another great card that's on team with mice is this Rockface Village, and the last card we play is Slayer's Stronghold.
And there you have it, my adorable Mighty Mice deck. It's all about clever plays, cute interactions, and some surprisingly powerful synergies. And if you found this deck as charming as a twinkling star on a clear night, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which fun teams you'd like me to tackle next. Maybe raccoon or lizards? Take care and always keep it casual.